All right, on the Daily Pod, we don't know what episode this is, number wise.
It do not
on
matter.
the Daily Pod, we're back, guys. I got my co-host Girl with me here. We got a special guest, my guy, Dr. Michael Grillo.
It's not a doctor. That's Thriller Griller, though.
Hey, when he turns his car on, it says Dr.
That's wild.
Michael Grillo.
You gotta
We
show-
got Tessie
show
on
me
the
how
sound
to
check.
I still got time.
Hey, let me finish the intro, man. We got Tessie on the sound check and a sound production board, whatever the job title is. I can't keep track of it.
He's that guy.
But he's back. We got Kelvin back there. Appreciate you, Cuzzo. And we have a very special guest, my guy Kameron Mcgusty. Appreciate you coming on the pod, man. How's it been?
Appreciate y'all having me, man. It's been good, though. Just, in the gym, living life, back in Miami, back in the city. It just feels good.
Okay. Shout out Miami for sure. We love Miami around these parts.
So for those of you that don't know, Cameron Mcgusty, former UN player, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are. We got you on the podcast today. We appreciate you here. We know you're playing overseas. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so Cameron Mcgusty, from Houston, Texas. Originally started my career at University of Oklahoma. Was there 2 years, transferred to Miami. Was here played for 3 years, had to sit out my first year when I transferred. Now I play overseas. I played in Italy last year, just signed to a team in France. So that's a little bit about me.
All right. So Oklahoma, that was the first step. You grew up in Texas and stuff, and I think we were talking about it earlier. You grew up in Texas and you decided basketball over football in football country, Friday Night Lights and all that. Sure. So how'd you make that decision?
Man, it was kind of like a business decision. Like, I'm long and lanky, and I was just like, longevity, long term, it's probably better that I play basketball. And plus, basketball was the one thing that just kind of came naturally to me. Like, I was good at football because I was just tall, but I had all the, skill too.
What position? Football?
Receiver.
All right.
So, you feel me? But I definitely was good at football because of my basketball feet work and stuff, coordination and stuff like that. And that was just all stuff that came naturally. So It was just like, I feel like I had more longevity with basketball and that it came more natural to me.
All right. I mean, I met you in this store, in the Hialeah store, I think, actually.
Yeah.
And
Damn, it's a long time ago.
yeah,
A
man.
long time ago.
Yeah,
Long
man.
time ago.
Yeah,
And so you were just picking up drip. You were just picking up clothes, and it was like I didn't even really know that you were a UN player or whatever, but you were asking about some shoes that you had and stuff and that you were trying to sell. And I remember I was like, that's pretty wild, because I found out later that you were a basketball player, but you were just in there for the clothes. So when did you get into clothes and fashion and all that?
Yeah, I kind of since I was a kid, my uncle, my grandma, they always used to have me fly, all the new Jordans.
Hell yeah.
All the new fly drip. I remember when Christian Audiger and Ed Hardy, y'all remember that?
Yeah, we got some of that here in the store.
Now.
Yeah. I remember I was in 5th grade and I had one of those shirts. My uncle, my grandma, they used to always look out for me and have me, fresh. So I just kind of always been like that. Always loved the Jordans. Kanye was my favorite rapper growing up. So
Shout out Kanye.
Shout out, yeah.
You feel me? So obviously that's gonna play a part and an influence in, liking shoes and stuff like that and streetwear. So that's definitely where it comes from.
Damn, 5th grade?
That's crazy.
I'm trying to picture seeing a 5th grader in some fucking drip like that. That's
What?
crazy.
That's the thing about their generation, bro.
Yeah,
It's
it's crazy.
us growing up, that type of stuff was not obtainable. And if someone had Bape, it was fake.
I'm trying to think of what
Yeah.
else.
Bro, you didn't go to New York and buy that
Tag
at the
check.
Bape store. But you guys growing up, everything's more accessible. Reselling is a thing. You have stores like these where you
this,
could walk
yeah.
in.
Yo, you
and
ended
all
up
type
in
of stuff.
Hialeah, Florida, daily, original location. How did that happen? How did you end up in Hialeah,
How'd you find out
Florida?
about us?
So one of my homies, my good friends, a day one, his homie lives out here. And like I said, I've always in Houston, I know the consignment shops. When I was in Oklahoma, they didn't really have any out there. So it was I'd only be able to go to some when I'm in Houston or when I go to Austin and stuff like that. So I just told my homeboy to ask his friend, yo, where's the places like that? And he showed me this place, sent me y'all's gram. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna pull up.
Oh, yeah.
Got to.
Fire.
Yeah.
And then that's how that started. And I remember my first time in there, like I had got something, my homie got something, like everybody I was with got something. So from that point on, we was just like, that's the store. So we rocking with.
Do you remember your initial thoughts, like pulling up though? Because from the outside, it looks like, you know, it's a very small building. It's much different than this location for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But like once you go inside, you're like, damn, they got everything though. Like we carried a lot of different brands back then than we do now, and like our vintage selection wasn't that big.
Had one
But
rack.
It's dope to hear that like everyone he went with ended up leaving with something. That's what I felt like was dope about that store, especially
for
because
sure.
the price points were low compared to everywhere else. Where if you travel a lot, you're walking into stores in Houston, you're like, damn, these prices are crazy. Like they might be $100, $200 over what you could just order them online for.
And in Oklahoma, you were already trying to find drip or whatever, and you're out there playing in Oklahoma. And why'd you decide to transfer? Because you transferred.
Yeah, I feel like it was just the best decision for like me personally. Like my first year, you know, I was an all-conference player, averaged like 15 a game in conference play. I did what I was supposed to do, and then the next year, like me and Coach Kruger, I call him Krug, but he was a coach at Oklahoma. Lon Kruger is his name. Historic coach, you know, one of the only coaches to take 4 different teams to the Final Four. Like real deal coach, great coach. But like me and him just didn't see eye to eye the whole season. Nothing worked out, you know, how it was supposed to. So it was just time for a new beginning, time for a fresh start. And like soon as I put my name into the transfer portal, and Miami called, and I had a conversation with Coach Caputo. He was the assistant coach at the time. I already kind of knew where I wanted to go, and then coming on a visit, it was just like a no-brainer.
No, I think I would say it worked out for you when you came over here. I mean, except for I don't know if a lot of people know, like you had to sit out the 1 year, and then the next year they eliminated the rule about the sitting out.
That was tough, but at the same time, it was like you just gotta deal the hand you was given. You know what I'm saying? You can't really dwell on it, look back on it, and complain. You just gotta keep it pushing and make the most of the situation. Yeah. So it sucked for sure, but it was just like it was kind of a slap in the face.
Yeah, I think it worked out because you played on the tournament team anyway.
And on top of that, like I had a year to really like, you know, that year I sat out. Like I did a lot of maturing, working on myself. In the weight room, working on my game. Like I feel like I grew a lot in that year, like, you know, off the court, taught myself how to really like, you know, be a pro and start taking that approach in college, preparing myself to be, you know, what I wanted to become. All
right. We've been waiting for this question.
What question?
We've been waiting for this question. We didn't prep you for this question.
All
right. Oklahoma is pretty much, shout out Tessie, fat guy over here. Fact guy, not fat.
Oh, fat.
Yeah. Pretty much the only place where you didn't wear 23.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Retired for Blake Griffin. Fact guy. Fact check.
Yep. Thanks, fat guy.
So you've been wearing 23, and we want to know, was there someone or some reason behind you wearing the number 23?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, growing up, like, when I was a kid, like when I was in elementary, like 23, 3, and 1, those were the like 3 most popular numbers. 3 for Iverson, 1 for McGrady, and 23 for LeBron and Jordan.
Okay.
Like those were like the most popular numbers. So I remember every team I played on, I could never get 23 because I would always get on the team late, or somebody would always.
It's like the 10 in soccer.
Yeah. It was just like it's just always historical numbers. So like I never got the war when I was young. So I chose another number. I rocked with 20. So, like, in high school, my first year at Oklahoma, I wore 20. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. And then when I came to Miami, DeJuan Hernandez, he had 20. Mm-hmm. So I had to pick another number, and I was like, it's a no-brainer. I got to go 23.
All right.
Like, if they got it, I'm definitely rocking with it.
But it wasn't for Jordan or LeBron, or it's for
both?
I would say both. Just like, I just think it's a good basketball number.
All right.
Like, when you're rocking 23, like, you're that guy. It comes with, like, you better not be wearing 23 and not be able to do nothing. Like, you better be able to play.
It's like 80 for a receiver or 20 for a running back.
Like, it definitely draws attention.
It draws attention.
Like,
it's like,
to people have never seen you play. It's like, oh shit, he's wearing 23.
He's wearing 23. Like, it's like, okay, he must be like that. Let's see what he's about. Like, so Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
I definitely enjoy like rocking it and wearing it. It's grown on me a lot.
So we built up a little hype because we were definitely thinking maybe it's Jordan, maybe it's LeBron. Like, who's his favorite player? Like,
So
and
LeBron guy, so
big
Jordan guy.
big LeBron fan, big Jordan fan. So like inside, I was like, I want to see. I didn't know either way. I don't, but it's just like it's good to know. I guess for like younger players or whatever growing up, like.
Those numbers are always
Yeah,
gonna
who they
change. Well,
model
not really
for.
23,
Like-
but
Like
No, you're right. Like I see some dudes they wear 12 for Ja, 11 for Trey.
Zero.
30's a
Zero's
number
a
now.
zero.
30's a
Zero,
number
not
now.
a
30's 30's
30's
a number
a
now.
number
Like
now.
with generations come different numbers. But
yeah. There's
definitely
always
like
gonna
from
be
my
new numbers.
generation, 23, 1, 3. I feel like those were like Iverson,
The sacred numbers.
yeah, Jordan and Jordan definitely held their mark on those two numbers for sure.
You went to Oklahoma. It didn't work out, but why did you go originally to Oklahoma? Was it like that visit, that original visit? It was it, or just
Yeah, it was like
to play with Trey?
so for one, like that was the first like official like the first visit I went on, and I fell in love with it there. Like they had just got a new dorm. Man, I walked in, them dudes eating ribs. I'm like, oh yeah, like this is lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like everything that they had like on campus, the facilities, all the resources, it was just like, man, like it was far from home, but not too far from home. Then like the situation within the team, like they had 5 dudes leaving. They went to the Final Four the year before. 2 of the dudes ended up getting drafted. So it was like I'm just, following right into the footsteps, and I'm going to have the opportunity to be able to play as a freshman and showcase my talent. And I knew, like, I was ready for that. Like, I was ready to be on a team and be a starter and be someone that can contribute and, be a step closer to being in the NBA. So everything just aligned perfectly. My first year, it worked out for the best. It was just that second year where, things ain't go as planned. And that's all part of the process. You got your highs, you got your lows, but you just got to keep going.
Is there a notable difference between Oklahoma and Miami, like
For sure.
competition-wise and speed-wise and all that?
I mean, like, you talking about within the coaches or, like, who
The
we
conference.
play?
The conference,
conferences,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Like, in the Big 12, like, I feel like the players are more, like, you play more, like, team basketball. Like, not team basketball, but, like, you're running a set. You're playing through a player. Like, someone, like, for example, when, y'all know Juwan Evans.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Me personally,
let me give you another example. Okay, Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
When he was at Oklahoma, like that offense was for Buddy. So Big 12, I feel like teams more run those type of offenses to where like they got their star player, their go-to guy, and they're gonna feed him.
So tailored after like a specific.
And then
Yeah,
ACC
and then-
is more like team oriented.
Not team oriented, but they got 3 dudes that can go.
3 stars.
So, yeah, so
Okay,
it's
yeah.
like they're all balancing the load.
It's like they got big threes on their team,
Yeah,
so they're
yeah,
more
like
top heavy.
Exactly. But all the teams are guard oriented. So like every team's gonna have a guard or 2 that can play because all the other teams have guards that can play. So like every coach, they all recruit the same. Like, okay, we need a guard that can.
So the level, because you're facing these other ACC teams, so the level of
Exactly.
competition is.
Yeah, I would say from guard play, yeah. Just in terms of opposition.
And-
Because
and-
in the Big 12, you might play a guard, he just a shooter. Or he plays defense and shoots. But like in the ACC, the guards are going to be able to shoot, dribble, pass.
Yeah,
Like it's a different type of style of play, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you can't underestimate any of those players, bro.
And
They
then
go
the
out
East Coast guards, man, they different. East Coast guards, they're more like I feel like down south, a lot of the guards are more athletic, simple basketball, can shoot. On the East Coast, it's dudes that can really shift.
It's funny
you,
how
pull
that
up.
works, like different regions for
Yeah,
all
no,
sports.
for real.
Football, basketball, soccer. Like Southeast is gonna play a certain style. Texas is gonna play football a certain style. California is gonna play basketball a certain style. I love to see things like that.
Down here was kind of like a thing when I was playing basketball. It was like you wanted to break somebody. Like you wanted to break somebody. You didn't want to just like score. You wanted to like break them down, cross them.
Also,
Like
and one,
yeah. Like,
and then the video games didn't help. Like,
Yeah, no,
the
you
street
didn't-
versions,
Oh,
the
yeah.
blitz.
at the end of the day, when you're playing basketball so much, I guess it got to the point where it was like you've done most of the pulling up in somebody's face and shooting like you want to like really break them. You want to like take them to the rack for real, like take them to school. So that's why when you were like, oh, I played basketball in New Jersey once, and then in New York because I was like, oh, I didn't play like Rucker, but like I would just go to places and play pickup games, and I did it in Venice.
Handles.
And it's like, yes, people play different style. I played in Dominican Republic, where it's like getting cross half court is a battle royale. Yeah. You know, but like I played in China. I pulled up. I was like, yo, pickup game. I take my hooping shoes and I would get in a pickup game, hustle, whatever it is, just to see like.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna play different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's what's dope about sports, though. There's no correct way to play.
Yeah.
Just like coaching styles are all gonna be different. Players are all just because you're a point guard doesn't mean you're gonna play like the next point guard. So growing up in Miami, football is like what Miami's more known for, right?
South Florida.
So now you transfer over to the Hurricanes. Mm-hmm. You're on this team with them. They end up making a run in the tournament. How is it? How is it coming to a team and then seeing it progress, and then now seeing the city like talking more about basketball? They're more excited about Hurricane basketball, right?
Yeah. It's really crazy because, like, you know, when I first came here, like, it was straight football. But at the same time, Miami had some successful basketball, so I was surprised that it didn't have as much attention, you know, going into it. But, like, just to see the progress, the growth, because, you know, when I first got here, there was a lot of hype, and then, you know, Miami had that investigation, so that brought some hype down. Then we started losing. We didn't go to the tournament for 3 years, so, you know, I feel like I've been, you know, at the very, very low when it comes to support Miami basketball, and just seeing, you know, what it is now, how many people want to be invested into Miami basketball, how many people want to be affiliated with it, with going to the practice facility and seeing all these pros working out. It's just crazy to see the growth, and it's like it warms your heart, because it's like, man, like, you got real love for the place, and to see it growing and the community really behind it, it's just special.
Yeah, it must have been nice to be part of that, for sure.
Yeah, no, for real. I mean, just as a whole community, like. Yeah.
That was, at the time, the farthest that UM had gotten in the tourney, right?
Yeah.
When you
they
played.
made history.
Until now,
Until
that they
now,
just.
with the Final Four.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy, like, seeing, like, going from Elite Eight to Final Four, it's just like, dang, like,
it's crazy.
Just looking at everything, everybody's talking about Miami basketball now. They just got a new facility. Like, they're just on a rise, and it's like, man, this is what, you know, you sacrifice for. It feels like all the years we had where we weren't winning, it paid off, because, you know, it showed us, you know, how to win, and now we're winning and continuing to do it and building a tradition to where it's like, you know, hey, they're gonna go to the tournament every year, or they're gonna make a Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four run every year. So it's just glad to be a part of, you know, such a like special place, special group.
They're definitely going to be a team that now more players want to go play, you know, because they say, okay, well, no, that team could make it to Elite Eight, could make it.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely gained a lot of respect.
That probably, backtracking a little bit, that probably factored into your Oklahoma decision. Like, definitely. Oklahoma's a team that I could be on, that I could potentially be cutting the net down with. You know, like, you're playing with Trae Young. I know people talk to you about that all the time, is, you know, you started next to Trae Young. Like you said, it's a guard school. You could have been the next guard. It didn't work out or whatnot, but you came down here and you still got in the tourney. So I think that's pretty raw. At what time you played in empty arenas, right?
Yeah, during COVID.
I want to ask about that. Like, what's it like playing in like an empty arena?
I mean, it's the same, but like, it definitely, as a home team, you definitely lose that home court advantage feeling. Like, you know, when you're playing in the ACC, you go play at Virginia Tech, you go play at Cameron Indoor Stadium against Duke, or you go play against North Carolina, you're going to feel that pressure. For sure. You're going to feel that.
And did you notice, like, certain players who don't really hoop like that kind of playing way better, like playing like a step above what they normally play? Like,
yeah, I guess I could see that, because it's a lot less pressure on you.
Yeah,
because
feels more like a pickup game.
It feels more like a pickup game, yeah.
Or like a practice game.
Because you don't have, you know, everybody yelling and screaming. You're at the free throw line. You can focus. Like I said, I definitely think it was a game changer in terms of, you know, for a home team that's known for having a good crowd and known for winning at home. It definitely did affect you.
Yeah. Well, what season was that? Because I went to your senior year, and there was like fans allowed to be there.
That was like 2020 or 2021.
Junior.
No, it was.
But I meant for like your junior year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you sat out the 1 year.
Senior year. because of COVID, I got an extra year. So it was my original first senior year where the COVID season happened, where you couldn't have nobody at the games.
Damn, so you were a 6-year senior.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a thing now. Damn, I never thought about that.
I just, like I said, I had to
change the game.
I had to sit out, and then because of the COVID year, that's why I had those 2 extra years.
So did they force you to get the vaccine?
No, I mean, they tried to.
How's that process work out?
I mean, that process it's a lot because it really puts you in a weird situation because it's like you sacrifice everything for basketball, but at the same time, you still human. I'm not just, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people forget that, you know, us athletes, we still regular people.
Yeah.
So, like, we have our own beliefs. We have our own things that we, you know, and we like to take care of our bodies so we can perform to the best. So some people aren't really comfortable with, you know, vaccines and stuff like that. So it put a lot of people in tough predicaments for sure. You know, a lot of my teammates.
Any teammates had to like step off because they didn't take the vaccine?
I mean, no, everybody on our team ended up doing it.
So how is the draft process?
Man,
Entering the NBA draft.
You know, like going through the process is just like a blessing because you just all the stuff that's happening, like, you feel me? Like, you getting companies sending you stuff. You're getting an email for a combine invite, meeting with all these NBA teams, working out with, this is what you dream of your whole life. This is what you've seen, you know, people you look up to do or people that are your peers do. So it's just like a blessing going through the process and just fun. Like, you're just living in the moment.
I can imagine it's nerve-wracking too, bro. How do you get through that?
I mean, it is at times, but like for me, like I just looked at it like as, you know, just enjoying what I stayed down for, enjoying what I dreamed of, like living out my dreams. So I didn't really take it too stressful, but it definitely can be like, you know, depending on the situation you're in, like it could be make or break.
What comes first, combine or team visits?
So for what comes first is like you do individual workouts with the teams.
Okay.
So like a team will invite you to their practice facility with like six.
Who invited you?
I worked out with the Heat. I worked out with.
Yeah, so the Heat already know about you. Damn, they sleep.
Yo, Miami. Hit my
Sleep,
guy up.
man.
He's
Make the
available.
call, man.
Sleep.
Facts.
Someone gets Spo on the line.
It was
Come
like
on, Kelvin. I know you got Spo's number.
It was like 14, 15 different teams. It was a lot of work. It was a rough month. Like, you just going from city to city. Like, you'll be in Denver one morning, and then you'll fly to Charlotte the next day. And you might have a flight at 10 o'clock, and you get there at 2 in the morning and got to wake up at 8 in the morning for the workout. And after that workout, you go home for a day, and then boom, you right back on the road. So it's definitely like
A grind.
it's a grind.
Yeah, you got to be on your shit, too.
You got to be on your shit. Like, you can't be messing around. Like, you
Can't be staying out late. Can't be going out partying.
That's why
you
I'm
gotta
glad
work out the next day.
I did my pre-draft in Memphis. So, like, ain't nothing out there. You know what I'm
Stay
saying?
away from any
was out there.
temptation.
They got barbecue. That's it.
Miami
You
has
feel
a
me?
lot of
That's
that.
it.
A lot of temptation. That's why I didn't want to do my pre-draft in Miami. Plus, I got to work out with Penny Hardaway. So it's
Fire.
like,
Damn.
Shout
how
out
could you
Penny.
turn that down?
Yeah,
Like,
of course. That's a great.
Working out with him was crazy. Like, just really sitting there and looking and be like, damn, like, Penny training me right now. Like, you just feel like you're getting real wisdom and game from a legend. A Hall
Yeah,
of
someone
Famer.
that's
Seen it
been
all.
there, done that.
Yeah,
You
seen it
feel
all.
me? Seen everything, every level, every type of player. So it's like, it's just a real blessing and being able to work with someone like that and learn the game. Because, you know, he's a 6'8", 6'9" point guard. Like, that's, like we was talking about earlier, that's like a guy like KD, like a type of generational talent that comes around only every 5-10 years, you know what I'm saying?
And was there somebody that like you growing up, a particular player that like was your favorite type of player you modeled your game after? Like, you know, was it Penny? Like, it probably wasn't. I don't think it would have been Penny, but
When I was like real young, AI, like I always, my favorite when I was a youngin' was that crossover. Like,
Yeah,
because
yes,
of him.
yes.
Like, I always wanted to have my braids. Like, he has such an impact on the game.
Yeah.
Like, not even just on the court,
Everything.
but like off the
Culture,
court,
everything.
how people were playing, everything. But I would say him and KD. Like, when I was older in high school and stuff, KD was a guy that I like tried to model my game after. Obviously, you know, he's 6'10" with it, but I feel like in terms of like, you know, getting the ball and getting to our spot, getting to the pull up, getting to the rim, like we we don't do the same things. I mean, we do the same things, but obviously we do it in different ways because 2 different body types.
Yeah.
But we both have like a smooth finesse game, if that makes sense.
You both. It's funny. You say AI with the braids. It was like people were watching the game, waiting to see what braids AI was going to do because he would switch up the braids every game.
Yeah,
He would get braided
Sometimes.
on the
he was
Yeah,
braided
yeah.
on the sideline.
On the sideline, like
legend.
He did a lot of things like that impacted the game.
For sure.
yeah.
With the whole dress code.
A lot, everything.
the
man.
drip
Breaking-
and
breaking
everything
rules.
during
Breaking
high
rules.
school,
Breaking
that whole
rules.
dilemma
Breaking
that
They
he
changed the
went
Breaking
whole
rules.
dress code because
Yeah.
He's like we were talking outside. Like you can make a mistake. He made a mistake.
He made a mistake.
Yeah.
But I mean, bro, he's so talented. Like,
Exactly,
He's one of them
yeah,
dudes like, all right, AI, whatever. Just as long
Yeah.
as you do what you do on the court. and
You
just
don't
do
gotta
it.
practice.
You said what?
As long as you do what you gotta do,
Yeah.
you don't gotta practice.
Yep. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Oh shit. It's your boy No Promo on the beat. And I am feeling high as a beat in the air. Therefore I am higher than a lair. Oops, I mean a Learjet. I am flying by you. Every time I go right behind you and sneak up with your girl like, hi, how are you? Goddamn, what the fuck am I spitting? I'm doing it in Flo King's house. I told you I did it, I does it, I droid do it. Therefore I should be working for Verizon. I got more bars than him. I mean, I don't like to do bars like them. But still, I get just as high as them with a little bit of help from Daran. Oops, I mean Daron. He supplied the weed for the night. And I am high as a kite every time I come through TNE and Mash Crew. You know what we do. What we do with the beat, drink it like Mountain Dew. Thirsty than a motherfucker. Damn, I'm about to eat a whole camel and hope it tastes good. What the fuck does that have to do with the hook? I don't know, because it's a freestyle. Meanwhile, I just sit in this and see style. Oops, I mean freestyle. I don't know what I'm spitting, but I'm still dealing with these issues in my dimples. Oops, I mean I shoot your dimples. Therefore, you will have a piercing. It's your boy No Promo. I told you, I'm stopped listening. I'm stopped glistening. I can't stop spitting it, but I'm quitting. Like that I want to stop smoking, like Rafi said like last week, but now he's walking into the house with 2 pounds of heat. Damn.
In your own twisted type of way, man, you fucking rip that shit. Yeah.
We're back.
Cameras are charged up. They're ready to go.
Back in
Mike,
action.
you,
All right,
you were finishing up saying something before we cut off. You remember what it was?
Oh, it was me. It was me.
It was him.
I was gonna ask about the summer league.
Yeah.
It was with the Pistons.
Yeah, Pistons.
Okay, so how was that?
Like I said, it was kind of like how the pre-draft was. It's like a blessing. Like you grow up watching summer league since you were. I've been watching since I was like 6. Like I've always been into sports my whole life, so it was just a blessing to finally be able to like live the NBA life for a little bit, get accustomed to it. You know, being in the facilities, the locker rooms, playing in Vegas on the summer league court. It was just cool for real.
And you run into different people when you're in those facilities too. So
Yeah,
the
for
network
sure.
opportunity
Yeah,
has to
no,
be amazing. Did
I
you meet
definitely
anyone
met-
cool while you were there working out with the Pistons?
Yeah, just like, you know, some of the players on the team, like some of the vets, like we all went to like a team dinner. Like they did a lot of that, like
That's
going
dope.
to team dinners and stuff like that.
Oh, so you got to hang out with them outside of the facility.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
You got to
that's
build
dope.
chemistry. That's like the biggest thing
It's
with
like
a team.
2K, bro.
So it's like you're pretty much on the team, but it's just all the guys that they're working out for that summer.
Yeah, but like, so whenever there's summer league, like the guys that are like the vets, the older dudes that don't play in summer league, they always come to watch, you know, support the draft picks, the new dudes that sign to contracts and stuff like that. So, like in that sense, yeah, and then also like other guys that I already know that are in the NBA.
Yeah, that's dope because I could imagine that if you're playing the Houston Rockets summer league team, you might meet Harden if he's on their roster, if he's there to support the young guys that are going into summer league.
Oh yeah, for sure. It always happens like that. So, like I said, it's just, you know, just a blessing to be there, and it was just so cool to actually, you know, experience it and see my dream come true.
Yeah, it's like you're right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Gives you a lot more motivation to keep up the hard work and continue to strive for a goal that you want to one day reach.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you got to play pretty much NBA level ball at that point. What's the comparison? Like, how does it compare to college?
I mean, it's just like everybody there is good at something. Like whether it's shooting, passing, dribbling, defense, everybody is there for a reason, and they excel in some type of category. And also like the athleticism level. Like once you get there, like everybody's athletic.
Yeah.
Everybody is super tall and like freakishly
Fast
long
and shit,
or
yeah.
fast or whatever. So I would say like just the skill and the athleticism, like that's really like the biggest difference. But like also like the game is different. Like you got a lot more space, a lot more room. The help isn't as like the lane isn't as clogged as it is in college. Everybody has to be able to shoot in the NBA. So like the floor is more spaced out. Everybody's on the perimeter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a different ball game for real. Like, and that's what I learned like in the experiences and when I was playing. Like when my first couple minutes, I was like, oh, okay, I can do this, or oh, okay, I can't do this.
Yeah,
So it was just all about learning like the game and how it is at that level.
for sure.
You spoke on the length of some of those guys, and it's
Pause.
crazy. Yeah, pause. It's crazy, but I knew that one was coming too. But a lot of those dudes cover a lot of ground too. And you coming out of college, was that something that you had to adapt to? Like think, oh, I got this layup right here. Now they chase you down, block. That's kind of what you were speaking about earlier.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Just
like,
speak on like the defensive side of things.
for sure. Like whenever you go for layup, like there's gonna be someone that's your size, can jump just as high as you or higher, maybe a little taller. Like it's an athletic league, so you got to be able to do all type of finishes or dunk on somebody.
And nowadays is at every position.
Every position.
Yeah, no position lacks anymore.
Pretty
Like,
crazy.
you could be on the court in the NBA and the smallest dude is 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". So it's definitely like it's just crazy how like the game is changing and like everybody's getting more freakishly tall and athletic and being able to shoot, dribble, and pass.
Yeah.
So it's almost
I think
like
that was the Heat's problem, that they were way smaller than Denver.
yeah.
And at that
yeah.
point, it's like Denver, they're playing with Jokic obviously at the 5, so they're playing big as it is. But then their point guard Jamal Murray he's not big. Their 2 guard Bruce Bowen,
Yeah,
bro,
Bruce
that guy's
Brown,
long.
Bruce Brown, yeah.
Brown.
He
Shout out
went to
Bruce
Miami,
Bowen
yeah.
though.
Shout out Bruce Bowen, OG.
Yeah, he went to
NBA
UM.
player.
Shout out Bruce Brown.
But Bruce Brown, bro, some of these NBA players are 6'10" playing point guard, 6'8" playing point
Yeah,
guard.
you see Michael Porter Jr. going up the
Yeah,
up
like
the
Michael
floor.
Porter, he's like a
ginormous.
shooting guard, a small
Yeah.
forward in the league.
Exactly.
He's
And it's like every
6'10",
position, they're
6'11".
6'8", 6'9",
I mean,
6'10".
I thought you were a pretty big guard, pretty big point guard in college. You're what, like
6'5".
6'5"?
I would say like
I mean,
in the
that's
basketball world,
a-
I'm average.
yeah, but that's just wild because like back in the day there were no 6'5" that didn't exist until Penny
Feel like
Hardaway
that
came
in
around.
the summer league. Felt like your average height.
Yeah, I feel like I was like I wasn't the shortest, but I wasn't the tallest for sure.
So how was it in comparison to when you went overseas to play ball with
In my team in Italy, yeah, I mean a lot different, especially in that term. Like the most freakishly tall and athletic dudes are in the NBA. So obviously, like when you go overseas, some teams, yeah, they have dudes that are like that, but like for overall consensus, like you definitely don't have like
Players
a
coming off the
team
bench.
where it's like, okay, they got 3 7-footers. They might have 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh my God, they got 8 dudes that can windmill and go between the legs. They may have 3 or 4. So like the athleticism definitely is like what I would say is the biggest like drop off. But like in terms of skill and shooting and stuff, like those dudes can play.
Yeah,
And
the,
it's
the
not
rules
like-
change a little bit out there too.
Yeah,
So
the rules
you gotta
do
adapt to that.
change, and it's not like you're just playing against the dudes in Italy. Like every team gets 4 Americans. So
Oh, wow.
Then they get capped at 4 Americans.
you said what?
They get capped at 4 Americans. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like, and if you play in it's just
Salary cap for Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get 4 import players.
Shit.
Yeah. So you're majority playing against other Americans for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you just only playing against the Italians or the French players, whatever country you're in.
And you're actually going now to a French team.
Yeah.
Is it same league or
Nah, it's a different league.
different league?
Yeah, this league that I'm in is like the same league when Benyana played in.
All right.
Okay.
And so like you would say like this is like a step up, step above. Like why did you decide to go to this French league? Like
I went more for the like team because the team is like a step up. They're like a very like historic team in Europe and in France. They were actually the first team in France to ever win. The first team in France to win like the Europe Championship.
That's dope.
yeah. And which and what was, let us know what
of
the name.
team,
Yeah.
they're called Limoges.
Lemos.
Yeah, so it's definitely like pretty cool to like be able to play for like all their games are sold out, like standing room only. Like it's a real like historic basketball city.
Yeah,
More notoriety.
we might have to go visit though. Yo, we might have to go visit.
Visit.
I don't know. When he was
Not right
when he
now.
was in Italy, when you were in Italy, I wanted to go check out Italy. Maybe whatever. I've never been to Italy. I've been to France. Good luck in France.
You
Speaking
keep
of
saying
Italy,
that.
how is the food out there?
It's great.
No, the food is fire in
Food
France.
is-
Pasta, bread,
yeah,
wine.
pizza,
Yeah.
all type. I tasted all type of stuff. Like I don't even remember everything that I tasted, but a lot of it, like 9 times out of 10, I was liking.
Wait, we're talking about Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Italy first. Yeah,
And on top of that-
French food is fire too.
for real.
Yeah, like they got. I mean, it's expensive though. Everything over there is
You
expensive.
keep
Like,
saying that.
yeah, man. Like Miami, I feel like growing up in Miami, Miami's always been expensive. I travel and I've been, but like I said, like $8.50 for a can of Coca-Cola Classic.
Yeah, that's insane.
My God.
That happens
That's
in
insane.
France and only in France, man.
Yo, by any means though, you need that Coke. You gotta
Yeah.
get that 850. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
So you moved on from Italy.
Yeah.
Well, why was that?
I mean, that's just kind of like I had a good season, so like I knew like there was gonna be a team that was gonna either offer me more money or be a better like have a better team. So it's like you always want to excel your career and get to the highest level that you can. So that was more of what it was. It wasn't like I didn't like the team or anything like that. It was just better opportunity from playing good.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot of the like you get 1 year overseas contract. The teams kind of just like to do these 1 year contracts, and then most players will just move on or whatever. And how did you do this season for Italy?
Like stats
Like
wise?
stats wise,
I
yeah.
averaged like 20-4.
I mean,
Typical like
wait, but 20 and 4 is typical out there. How many people are averaging 20?
and 4?
like I think in my league I was second in scoring.
Yeah, you're killing it out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure.
All right, so now you're going to France. For sure, starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All
How'd
right,
that come
point
about?
guard.
Did you reach out to them or did they reach out to you?
They reached out to my agent. Like that's how everything works through my agent. So he just calls me and this is what they said, and then eventually like before I signed with them, I like talked to the coach, talked to the GM, pick their brain, see what their plan is for me and how I feel about everything, and yeah, that's kind of how everything works out with those teams. And as you were saying about the contracts, I don't know why they do it like that, but yeah, it's usually like a year or 2, maybe 3.
I mean, you're on a 1 year again
I'm
now
on
with
a
French
one year.
with the French team, and
Yeah.
then I mean, is there like let's say we're not gonna look too forward, but like what's next after France? Like, is there a better league in Europe, or are you like right now in the pinnacle of French and NBA's on deck?
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like if I do good from here, like I'll be able to get an opportunity to go back to the NBA.
All right,
I mean,
man.
the French league is pretty like when Benyana played in it last year, so their league is respected. It has good players, former NBA players.
Is that like top league in Europe though?
Yeah, I would say like it'll be between like Turkey, France, Italy, Spain. Those are probably like the four best ones for sure. I mean, now in terms of competition, they're all about, I mean, I think like Spain and Italy probably the better of the two, but then like France and maybe even Turkey before that. I mean, what it really all comes down to is like it's this thing called a Europe competition. So maybe like the top 6 teams will play, and each country will play in a Europe competition. So you have Euro League, Champions League, and Euro Cup. So all 3 of those leagues, they have teams from different countries in Europe that play in that league. So like it's 2 teams in France, 2 teams in Italy, 2 teams in Spain, 2 teams in Serbia, 2 teams in. That's how it works for those 3 different leagues.
Then that's why.
So if your team plays in one of those leagues, then like that's where you like those are like the better of the competition of that country. But my team played in Champions League, so
that's why. I mean that's stuff that I don't know. When I hear, this guy went to go play overseas, I'm thinking he went to go play in China. He went to go play for a country, and that's it. Like even if he wins the championship in his country, in that country, it's still like that league's version of the NBA. I didn't know that. Then the top teams,
so it's like
and other players from around the world.
So it's like for example, for EuroLeague, Italy, they got 2 teams that play in EuroLeague. That's the team in Milan and the team in this city called Bologna. But EuroLeague is like beside like it's NBA then EuroLeague. So like they play in the Italian league, like an Italian professional league, but they also play in the European league too. So it's like they play in both. That
was the team you were on?
No. No. But that's just one of the teams in the league.
Okay.
In the Italian league, like that's. I know it's hard to explain.
No, I understand. Like you're basically saying like there's teams within the countries that are part of the Euro.
Yeah, that are part of like a Europe league, which is like teams in every country in Europe, opposed to just the teams in that one country. But if you play in the Europe league, you still play in the regular league in your country.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, if you're in a big country like France, Spain, Italy, you're getting good competition. Like you're gonna play against teams that have dudes that used to be in the NBA, or that just came from the NBA, or that are good enough to be in the NBA. They just either ain't making the NBA or they get more money. Cause it's like that. Like Shane Larkin, that's kind of like. So Coach L y'all know Coach L.
Yeah.
That's kind of how he broke it down to me and why Shane went overseas. He said Shane wanted to play, and he was gonna make more money. So it was like, why not?
Yeah,
Shane was riding the bench in the Nets.
Nah, with he was with.
He played for a few
he was
teams,
with Dallas, the Nets, and then Boston.
I remember with the Nets, and I was like, yo, he's not bad. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. There's just not enough room for everybody. That's all
it really is like that because UM's been. Just Lonnie Walker.
Yeah,
Lonnie Walker's a hooper.
He wasn't. They weren't playing him.
They were, and it was almost like they wanted to play him, but the Spurs don't really do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
had his moments before.
And then it's just like
he was hooping whenever he was playing. Whenever he was playing,
that's the thing.
He was doing this thing.
And I don't know if he's still there. They went and they
he just got traded to the Nets.
But he was there last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's there last year, and that's it. They went Devin Vassell over him, and they went.
He was on the Lakers last year.
Who?
Yeah, he was on the Lakers last year. He
Lonnie.
was on the Spurs
2 years ago. All right, so no, it wasn't last year.
Young guys, so it's like
it's like they kept drafting. Like
I think he got hurt at one point too.
He did get hurt. He did.
But again, that was one of the first teams that I kind of remember making some noise and stuff like that. Like in the the resurrection. That was
right before I came here when it was like him, Bruce, Dewan, Chris Likes, all those dudes.
And Shane Larkin that's Barry Larkin's kid, right? Yeah, that's Barry Larkin, Cincinnati Reds son. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's everything there. That's pedigree. That's you got the connections, you got everything. And what you're saying is that he basically chose so that he could get PT to go overseas and make more bread too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just one of them dudes that I don't know him, never talked to him, never had a conversation with him, but like just based on what Coach Ed has told me, like it just seems like he's just one of them dudes that really love basketball. Like he just wants to play. He wants to be able to go on the court and help his team in any way, which I feel him on that because, being I'm not going to say role player, but like being a role player or someone that doesn't really play, it can be difficult because you're not seeing the court. You just working out, going to practice, and you're like, man, I know I can do something for the team because, when you're in the NBA, it's not that you're not good enough. That's never the case. It's always the situation, opportunity, the fit of the team. So all that stuff plays a part in everything. So it's like I could just tell, like, for you to just say, because some dudes, they'll be comfortable. You know what? I'm getting $1 million on the bench.
And he's on the NBA.
I'm cool, whatever. But that's not enough for him. He wants to actually play and help his team. So salute to him because, it's not too many guys that had that mindset. Like a lot of people would be comfortable with just their little million and not playing.
I mean, I don't know how much, he's got generational money too. Obviously, Barry Larkin's son. So
that is true. That is true.
But still, if you're saying that he's making more money going overseas, then clearly the money is not just the only issue. It is the
hooper.
playing
that's what I'm
time.
saying. He just wants to hoop.
But where is he playing now?
In Turkey.
In Turkey, in the Turkey.
It's
league.
crazy. We're talking about Iverson. He played in Turkey too. And when he went overseas to play in Turkey, people were like, "Oh, his career's done." All this shit. But he was one of those first players to go overseas and he played in Turkey.
Right.
Yeah, he played in Turkey, and it was crazy because when he landed, they made like
the issues that he had.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
He had no team wanted him, so he played in Turkey.
And
He went
back-
over there and. Bro, they threw like parades for him when he landed.
I
Shit,
believe
it was
it.
crazy. Yeah.
I mean, Stephon Marbury, I think, is still playing in China.
I don't know if he's still playing, but he's a
I think
legend.
he's
out
a
there.
legend.
He's got statues.
Shit,
Yeah,
legend.
I-
Dwight
I-
Howard's killing it.
Yeah,
out there.
Dwight out there too.
I remember being in China and watching the league, and it was like Stephon Marbury was on TV. So it's like, yo, this is raw. And he's doing
he's a star
he's
out
doing
there.
typical Steph stuff, trying to cross people over and pulling up for threes, and like I'm like, and he's looking young.
That's crazy.
And he had this like weird cut off jersey. It was weird, man, at the time. But
That's
when you look
crazy,
back at
even
it,
back then.
yeah, he was killing it, bro.
So I mentioned China briefly. How's China? Because I know that like a lot of people go like final thing, like kind of like when they're like, all right, we're gonna go to China.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like once you go to China, you're not really planning to coming back to the NBA, or is it like people just go to China because the money is the best in China?
They go for that bag.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to China, like you're gonna get a bag. Especially like from NBA, you're gonna go get a meal easily.
Yeah. Damn.
You might make more in China, like, cause think about it. If you're going overseas, you probably a guy that's like, not playing that much, or you probably have a minimum contract. They're gonna give you the bare minimum. They're gonna give you $1 million if you're coming from NBA to China. So it's definitely the money that plays the part, and it's like the way they treat you, treated like a normal NBA player out there. Like the way they look at basketball is like they have a lot of like in Europe, for example, like soccer's gonna come first. That's their man. In China, it's basketball. That's like I don't know if it's like their head of their. Do you feel me? But I feel like basketball's up there with like how football and basketball is here. It's probably how basketball and another sport is in China.
I think it's the main
terms
thing.
of the popularity of it and stuff.
They like soccer a lot, but basketball is the biggest. Like that when I've gone.
Yao.
To China?
Yao.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's got to be basketball and something else, or basketball.
You
alone.
you see like basketball jerseys and soccer jerseys. That's kind of like how I like analyze that type of stuff. I don't know how good their soccer team is. I mean,
Me neither.
but yeah,
I don't really tap in with the soccer much.
Yeah,
but
I do. I know their soccer team is not in the Olympics, not qualifying for
we're
World
up though.
Cups.
We got Messi.
Yeah,
out
we're
Messi.
up.
So I think we covered just about everything when it comes to
Yeah,
basketball.
I mean outside of basketball though.
What's your favorite shoe to hoop in?
Favorite shooter hoop? I'm gonna probably go with some OG hyper dunks, like the first ones that came out
Flywire.
with the fly wire when Kobe jumped over to Ashton Martin. Yeah, those hyper dunks. Those are probably like to me the most comfortable and the most like stylish. But like I would say like today,
Yeah, like what's one that you could go to today and actually
Kobe 5, anything.
Okay, yeah, that's
Any
attainable.
colorway.
And
Any
they said
colorway.
that they're gonna start
retro.
remaking.
What
them,
do you
like-
hoop in?
I mean, like now,
Team
like-
shoes?
No. I like KD's. I like KD's, Kyrie's, and Kobe's.
I feel
Out
like
there-
there's a lot of good options these
Out
days.
there, are you like like wearing like clothes down the? Do they care about that? Like, are you going to the games dripped out, like so the fans see you type
league
shit?
fits
Like,
over there?
it's a thing over here. I know.
They do it. Like they'll take a picture of you walking in, but I mean, I don't think they really care about it as much as we do out here. But it's definitely.
I mean, yo, you're in France now.
That cameraman
maybe
will be.
France might be.
Yo, you're in France
Maybe
now.
someone needs to get that started out there.
Yeah. You
League
you might
fits,
have to start like
international.
you might if you start doing something like in France, like maybe not like our type of, but if you start doing some like fire French shit, they might be like,
They
hold
might mess
on,
with it.
Yeah.
hold on, oh, we.
No, you right. It just, I feel like it's just different out there though. Like the stuff, like being out there, you just realize like, wow, like we're distracted by a lot of things, and we care about a lot of things that like other people they really could could give two fucks about for real. Like in Europe, people really live their life to, you know, to live, to be happy, to support their family, to love each other. Like here, everything's a hustle.
Americans want money.
Yeah, it's all about consumerism.
Yeah,
Making money, buying this, buying that.
America's a
I got
business.
this, I got that. In Europe, it's not like that. You'll see somebody that got $100 million. You wouldn't even know. Because everything's so simple and they, like I said, they just live life out there.
Yeah.
Traveling always is my number one like reset, man. Every time I travel, I'm just like, man, I'm doing everything wrong back home. I come back with like whole new program and shit. That shit'll last like 2 months. You get brainwashed the second you come back.
Yeah.
And luckily, you're gonna bounce back, and you know what I'm saying. But I don't know about you, but like when I'm sitting in like some country and I'm like, it's Italy or France or some shit like that, I'm like, this shit's been here forever. Like I don't matter compared to, you know, some of these countries, and like the amount of time that I'm spending is so small. Like what am I really doing with the time? So I don't know if Europe has that shit figured out, but I know down here you get back and you're like, I need to make more money so I can go live like that. But do you really? Like, I don't know. It's just
No,
crazy.
it is. It does. That's what I'm saying. It's an eye opener for real. Because you just see like how, wow, they're still, you know what I'm saying, they're still making this much money, but they don't live like, you wouldn't even think that they're making that much money. Yeah. Or they're making, you feel me, ends and meet with less resources that we have, but they're still happier.
So like, all right, that gives me a question. Like, what would you rather do? Like hoop for the rest of your life on like, you know, just a whatever salary, or like be on the bench in the NBA?
And that's a good question. To be honest, it would just depend on the situation of both scenarios. Like, if I wasn't gonna like be making as much as I would on the bench, how much would it be?
Yeah.
You feel me? Or where would it be? Would I be in a lit city, or would I be in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. And I mean, also like, obviously the point of being on the bench is you hope somebody, you know, you don't hope, but chances are someone could get hurt. You're always going to get an opportunity. Mm-hmm. So like, I mean, you're starting, you're averaging 20 points overseas. I feel like, yo, keep that shit up. We're super happy for you. Gonna have to see if we go check you out over there. But we obviously want you in the NBA. We hoping like, you know, we had Haywood, Highsmith. I hope somebody from the Heat liked the podcast and was like, oh, let's watch this. Oh, Kameron Mcgusty. Yeah, we did work them out. Where are those notes at?
I hope so. I'm ready.
So you got any hobbies?
I be chilling. I be on the game, watching Netflix, chilling with my friends.
Well, what games you play? Because we were playing a little 2K. What do you play over there?
I play Madden, Call of Duty, 2K. Those are like my three go-to games.
Madden.
Right,
we might be doing a Madden tournament.
Oh, for real?
Haywood wants to help us out with that.
I'll play. I'll get it on that.
Damn, we get the Haywood versus Cam Madden matchup.
We
can do
pop
that.
some shit
We can
out.
do that.
For
We
sure.
can do
Make
that.
a little event out of it. You know, have some fun with it. But we hosted a FIFA tournament, and it went pretty well. We winner
crazy.
got a PlayStation 5.
Damn.
So like you join, there's a bracket, and then it's tournament style. Single elimination, I think it was.
Double elimination.
Or double elimination. So it gives you a good chance to win if you
got
got
intense
skills
at the
like
end,
that.
for sure.
But yeah,
I don't
Madden.
play FIFA.
You don't play FIFA?
Nah, but Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty for sure.
You guys got any other questions for him?
I mean, like, we already talked about pretty much everything. I just, you know, like in terms of your other interests and stuff, is there any other stuff that you're looking like business-wise, you know, any moves you're trying to make outside of the basketball? You know, anything like he was saying, like you're interested, you got like crypto, buying real estate. I mean, you know, that type of.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten to anything, but you know, once you start like making money, like you know, playing basketball or doing whatever you're doing, you obviously start to thinking like, dang, like I need to do something with this. Like I can't just be having this just sit here. Like I need to invest and set myself up so whenever I'm done, because you can only play for so long.
Yeah.
Your knees gonna give out eventually. You know what I'm saying? Your body not gonna be able to do it no more once you get a certain age. So it's like you can either, you know, mess it all up. I mean, not mess it all up, but you can either go crazy and live crazy for 10 years, and then you're like, damn, I only got $10,000 left. Da, da, da. Or you can be smart and start investing it now. This way, when you're done playing, it's like you got your feet up, chilling. Like, oh, I'm making money here, here, and here. So I definitely want to tap into that avenue. I just don't really know exactly what I want to do. I know I'm gonna try real estate. I don't know if I want to, you know, rent out houses, if I want to buy land, or if I want to flip them, or if I want to. I don't know, but I definitely want to do something with real estate, and open a business of some sort. Like whether it's, you know, buying buying a shopping center, and, you know, renting out the stores to businesses.
Smart.
Or, you know, just little stuff like that. Like, that's definitely what I want to get into. I just haven't, like, put my whole mind into it. But that's going to come within the next year or two. Like,
It's good that you're already thinking that.
yeah, you know, it's a process. You got to start thinking about it, put the ideas in your head. And then,
Obviously, right now you're all in on the basketball. You know, like you got to be all in on the basketball. So, you know, that's why it's like back end question. Like, you know, what else? You know, obviously
that's
when
what
we're
I love
done.
about real estate. You listed a couple things there. Like, there's so many options that you have, and there's no right option.
Yeah,
There's some people who only buy condos, some people who only buy 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom houses, and they're all great investments at the end of the day. I feel like that's just a realm that everybody should be trying to dip their foot into.
For sure, especially if you want to, you know, flip your money, or because, I mean, there's, you know, short-term plays, there's long-term plays.
Yeah,
There's
you got all type of options.
all
man.
type of options. So just whatever works best for you, you just got to really learn it and be smart and study and be and you know, take a risk. Honestly,
Take
that's
a
the
step
other
forward.
thing.
A lot of people
Yeah.
don't get things started. Like,
feel me?
like with this podcast, like we're just doing it. You
Just
know,
doing
We're
it. Just you
putting
never know
out
what's
the
gonna happen.
episodes. We got dope guests coming on, and it's dope. We appreciate every one of you guys who come on here and spend 2-3 hours, whatever it is, with us. And it's
2-3 hours, chill, man. Not like an hour.
sometimes. No, he's been here since
Like 8 o'clock,
Since 8
yeah.
o'clock.
Oh
Chill.
shit, yeah.
It's 10:30.
We
But
value your time. Appreciate
But
it.
but
it's
yeah,
all
it's
good.
dope, and it's like it's something that, you know, we're just doing. We're not professionals. We don't know what it takes to run a successful podcast, but we feel like everyone has a different story to share, and that's another thing too. Like, you have to just get things going. Don't try to get things perfect.
For sure.
You got anything you want to plug? When does the season start for you?
Season starts, I think our first game is September 16th.
Okay.
They said the season starts early this year because the Olympics
Oh, okay,
in
okay.
2024 are in France, so
Oh shit.
they got to have all
Then so
this.
you're gonna be there for that.
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about, man, maybe I might stay out there extra week or two and go to a couple events or something.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
Hey,
You
that's
should.
an experience.
That's an
experience.
experience.
That's an experience for
Like,
sure.
not a lot of. I don't know anybody in my family that's ever been to Olympics.
That's something I wonder if I'd ever get the chance to do.
Shit,
It's 'cause, like,
I don't
the
know that many people that have
traveling,
been to
the
France
cost.
or Italy. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you're out there living a lot of people's like dreams and shit like that. You got to just keep
Taking advantage of it.
yeah, man. Stay another week. Fuck that if you can. if your flight's not booked,
I mean, yeah, they book it for you, so I could tell them I want to leave whenever. So like,
and
yeah, I
and
could
are they
stay.
paying for where you stay?
Yeah, they pay.
So
for all
if they're
that.
gonna pay for that, oh, bro, that's
Yeah,
no
that's
brainer,
fine.
no brainer.
Tap in
Run
with the
that,
Olympics for
Car,
sure.
no taxes.
run that,
Yeah, no, that's
run that.
that's a blessing because
Shit.
I paid taxes for the first time this year, and I was just like,
It sucks, man. There's a meme
I
of
was
a
like,
kid
wow.
playing Monopoly, and he's like crying, and the mom is like, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "I'm losing all my money. To
I hate taxes.
He's like,
I hate taxes.
And it's like, when you pay taxes, it's like, fuck.
It
I know the
hits
feeling, and it's like, you
right
think
here.
about it the whole year. You're like, damn.
because it's just like
Pay
I
taxes,
just wasted
man.
all that money.
I would have got kicked off that team. I would have been subleasing that apartment during the
they mean
Olympics.
by, it costs money to make.
I would have Airbnb. Yo, I'd Airbnb that shit. I would have been gone. I would have Airbnb that shit during the Olympics. Though I would have subleased for
But
2
hey, I'd rather be
weeks.
paying taxes than getting a refund.
Yeah,
That is true.
It's a
I like
different
both.
ball game, that's for sure.
I like both.
Well, guys, another episode of
Yes, sir.
on the daily.
Cam, appreciate you.
Grio,
being here.
appreciate you also
For sure.
taking the
Yeah,
time
special
to be
host.
with us, our
Sure.
beloved business partner.
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
And check us out. Please like, comment, subscribe.
You want to hit him with your Instagram, Cam?
Yeah, Cam Mcgusty 23.
Hell yeah.
Get at me.
Tap in.
Got to follow you right now, cuz.
All right. On the Daily Pod, we're out. Thank you.